All right, so today I'm going to be doing the Auto Blip for my C6. So all of this is a 6-wire connection, and it senses brake, clutch, and then adds some revs to help downshifting be smoother. Yeah, should be pretty straightforward. I think the hardest part's going to be if my 6 foot, 235 pound self can comfortably get inside the C6 and up by the footwells. So let's see just how little room there actually is here. Oh man, this is not gonna be fun, I can tell already. So the pieces that I need are going to be the clutch and brake position sensors, and then throttle. So yeah, yeah, that's going to be fun. Realistically, I think the smart call for me is to go ahead and take out the driver's seat, and that way I can actually lay in the car a bit better on my back. Otherwise, will I be able to do it? Sure. Will it take me longer to get in position than it will take me to take the seat out? Also, yes. All right, so I've decided I'm gonna go ahead and take the seats out. At least it gives me a better ability to lay down and get to it. So put the seat all the way back to start. You got 2 push pins, and then you can get to the seat bolt. So these just slide all the way out. They definitely don't tip up this way, and they definitely have tabs that are supposed to be there. So yeah, slide them forward. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get these loose, put the seat pretty much all the way forward, and then I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery after I get to that point. I've always been a bit hesitant with airbags and connectors and everything else, so I'll get the battery disconnected, wait 15 or so minutes for any capacitor that's in the system to fully discharge, and then I'll go ahead and start getting the seat out and all those connectors for the airbag and the power seats disconnected. Yeah, let's get to it. All right, so we got all 4 of these bolts freed up, so the nuts are off. The back's super easy to get to, no covers or anything. Next will be getting the seat belt off. I'm hoping that I can just disconnect it from down here. I don't think there's really going to be anything else after that. I don't know if this the receptacle for the seat belt is mounted to the chassis or to the seat. So yeah, let's start figuring it out. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery now while I figure this part out. All right, so we're underneath the car. This bundle of wires comes right up there to the OBD2. It's a lot longer in my case because I had to replace the port. So there's the factory bundle, and I just soldered into it. So that is my clutch position sensor. So it basically is activating darn near all the way out on the travel. Sorry for the shaky camera. I'm using the back of the hand that I'm holding the camera with to move the clutch. So I'm gonna tap into one of those wires, and then on the brake pedal, it's all the way back there. One of those wires I'm going to tap into. And then on the accelerator pedal, there's that connector. So 2 wires on the accelerator, 1 on the clutch, 1 on the brake, and then power and ground off OBD2. Okay, so now I've got the controller. I've got my red and green, which these are going to the accelerator, and I just pulled this off the instructions PDF. I just gave myself a cheat sheet for the garage. Then my blue and yellows, one's going to clutch, one's going to the brake. So the blue from the from this device's blue is going to go to the brown wire off the brake connector, and yellow is going to go to that gray on that connector. Then black and white. Black's going to go to the ground, black from OBD2. White's going to go to the 12 volt power. Pretty straightforward. And then it's just a matter of where this box is actually going to get mounted. So being that on a previous track day, I'd actually, one sec, let me get the flash. So on a previous track day, I'd actually had my garage door opener in this tray and broke the door, so it pretty much stays open. Good news for me is that fits. Get my iPhone cable out of the way. That fits pretty dang well, especially if I'm feeding it up through the panel that way. It'll just sit nicely in here, be accessible if I want to mess with it, but also not really in the way. The downside to all that is I now need to feed all these cables, wires, through this panel. I think I can do it without taking the whole center console off, but I might end up needing to. If you do need to, it's really easy to do. You'll go ahead and take the door for your center console off, at least in the 07. You have this tombstone. You'll take that bolt out, bolt back here. This whole back section will slide out of the way, and then you can get to the actual bolts for this section of the center console. I obviously did it when I put a new head unit in the car. Okay, so wires through. Just gonna end up needing to cable manage this underneath the dash. Being that I don't have as much room down there to connect and try to film it all at the same time, I'm gonna end up just doing the connections off camera, and then that's pretty much going to be the end of the install. Put that one panel back, put the seat back in. I originally thought I was going to have space to put the controller in this little void here. I probably can, but it puts a pretty tight bend on that cable, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to end up doing is just get some Velcro, and that's going to live right there. And I'll put, bad side about having that there though is now that ashtray door won't be able to be in, because that's going to actually connect right there. So I'll fiddle with that. I'll fine tune, but that's kind of where we're at, and I'll come back once everything's connected and seats back in. Then I'll go in through the calibration. All right, so now we got the Auto Blip done. It works. Haven't actually dialed it into my car and my driving style, just because it is nice and wet outside.
So hopefully I'll be able to get that done tomorrow or potentially early this coming week. But yeah, it works. It blips throttle. It blips more if I ask it to. So that's the end of this clip. It should be a relatively short video. The install is actually much simpler than you initially would think. The hardest part is just getting underneath the car, and if you want to use posi taps or not. I'm sure there's plenty of people that would say they're fine to use, other people that say no, everything must be soldered or actual connectors, but it works the way I've got it done. I've used posi taps in previous, and haven't had issues with them. So we'll keep an eye on it, and if we need to change, we will. Thanks for watching.